Keeping it real, who that sports pod, legendary coach Rod, go 17, let's rock. Who that? Boss kick, black and gold, let's go. First and goal, from the one, best believe, we go punch. Punching in, get them punch, with them saints, watch us march. Down the field, down your throat, keeping it real, who that sports. Breaking news, interviews, open lines just for you. Call in, join in. Who that nation? How you doing? Come on in. Take a seat. Sit back. Relax. Put your feet up. Grab a drink. And let's talk Saints football. Y'all know what time it is. Time to keep it real. Let's go. Family, family, family. The doors are now open. So come on in. What's going on, family? It's your boy, Dolph Jackson. Welcome to the Keeping It Real Who That Sports podcast. And take it away, Zach.
Hey, and RFS Saints, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm ready to break down what we saw from last week. It was definitely tough. And as you can see in the title, Red Zone Nightmare, and that has been the Saints' nightmare for the last several years. And hopefully we can look at some things today and try to figure out how they can fix it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Already in the chat, I see Tim is Tim said, rather the Red Zone Nightmare. Is that a song? No, that's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. What's going on, Tim? All right. All right. Steel Bill, what's going on? Who that to you, my brother? Come on in.
What's up, Steel?
All right. Who else we got? Uncle Jerry's in the house. What's going on, Uncle Jerry? Welcome on in, my brother.
Uncle Jerry. What up, OG?
OG is in the building, baby. Before we dive deep into this, man, just off the top, man, what are some of your thoughts from this past Sunday's game?
You know, I think my biggest thing was how much I actually enjoyed the play calling in the first half, and then just how stale it got in the second. I think that was the thing that disappointed me the most. I felt like Kellen Moore really drew up a really good game plan to keep us in this fight. Especially considering how poor our defense was throughout this whole entire game. Offense was, having success. I love that we finally taken some shots a little bit earlier on in the games, and then all of a sudden, the second half, we kind of got away from it. It was obviously really tough playing against this New England Patriots defense. They got one of the better run stopping defenses in the league, and neither Kendra or AK could really get it going this past weekend. So we knew we were gonna have to do a lot through the air, and we started off well in the first, and then second half, it just felt like it was the same old song. Like we just weren't able to make any momentum.
Right. So like the title says, man, the trouble continues for the Saints in the red zone. This team has struggled again, as we stated yesterday on yesterday's show. The red zone woes for this team have been really ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
So far this season. And listen, despite I believe Spencer playing his best game of the season, he has culpability for what has been going on in the red zone this season as well. It's not on everybody else, and it's not all on Spencer. It's on the entire offense. It's on the coaching staff. They have to find a way to be more efficient in the red zone. And like we were talking about yesterday, shout out to everybody who joined me yesterday. And we were talking about run game. The run game, that's what's missing in the red zone. I believe they have to be able to run the ball to be more efficient in the red zone. Taysom Hill coming back, I think dramatically helps that and helps them in that area. I'm looking for an uptick from Taysom Hill this week in his touches in the game. I'm actually looking for an uptick for touches for Elvin, and not necessarily for Elvin toting the ball. I love it. I love when they put Elvin and Kendra on the field at the same time. And as I noted yesterday, Zach, what I noticed too is the growth of Kendra Miller being left on the field in a passing situation. Years prior, he would have been taken off the field. So you kind of knew when Kendra came on the field, he was gonna run, but not the case this year. So Kendra is playing better, but as a whole,
Mm.
this entire offense, man, they got to make some changes. They have to make some decisions, man. And right now, it's just not it's not clicking in the red zone. But what's kind of disappointing right now is this is something this team has been dealing with since July, and it hasn't gotten any better.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we all read it, and have followed it, through whatever podcasts or beat writer that you listen to. The Saints offense, throughout the training camp, throughout whatever mini camp, all that, getting down the field, it always felt like it wasn't too big of a deal, at least against our defense. But scoring had been the trouble, has been the troublesome point, not being able to convert. And you talk about it being this year, but it's really been as far back as 2020. So with Kellen Moore being the new head coach, he's the main play caller, offensive minded head coach. I know we were all expecting to get a little more fire, a little more I don't know, a little more trickier play calling here inside the red zone to try and convert some of these touchdowns that we desperately been needed. And as the players are growing, getting used to the new system, the coaches are getting used to it too. But we're coming up on what, week 7 now?
Week 7,
and
right.
and we haven't seen any of that progress yet, and that's the most frustrating part.
Right now, we're being joined by my co-host, my big brother. He's in the building, Coach Rock. Rock, what's going on with you, baby?
I'm just listening to y'all, bro. What's that? I'm just listening today.
Just listening today.
Just listening today.
Man, go ahead and get your bowl of oatmeal, man. Get your energy up, baby. Get your energy up, baby.
I like hearing Zach talk. Zach becoming the new face of ESPN, I think, bro.
yeah, the box coach.
bro. So let's look at some first thing we're gonna do. We're gonna go to lineups NFL, and they got broken down with the red zone top passers, passing attempts, completions, and touchdowns in the red zone. And we're gonna take a look at that, and we're gonna see just what Spencer ranks in that. And yes, like I said, Spencer has culpability in what's going on with the Saints in the red zone, but it's just not him. It's that entire offense. So we go give me 1 second. Let me set that up for everybody. All right.
No problem. And while he's doing that, guys, make sure if y'all tuned in and joined, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe if y'all new to the channel. Let us know what y'all's thoughts are. I know Dolph did a show last night, but feel free to reiterate whatever your feelings are last week and going into the following. We're going into next.
All right. So, guys, here we go, family. So right here, right now, this is up to date 2025 season through 6 weeks. Right now, Spencer Rattler has thrown the 8 most passes in the red zone. So he's behind Stafford, Prescott, Young, Allen, Herbert, and Goff right in front, Daniel Jones and Tua Tagovailoa. Now, the thing is, when you start looking at the numbers here, let's go down here to Spencer. Yeah.
At the top. There you go.
Yeah, Spencer right here. This is the problem. Okay. Completion percentage in the red zone. All right. He's completed only 14 of 30 passes in the red zone with a completion percentage of 46.7, 5 touchdowns, but no interceptions. Now, they break it down even further. We know the red zone starts from the 20 on inside the 20 on in. Then when you go inside the 10-yard line, he's actually better there. This is no, that's Jerry Goff. Let me drop down. Almost getting credit from he's 5. He's 5 out of 11 here for only 45%. So the closer they get, we're starting to see some struggles right there. Now, inside the 5, he's 50%. He's 3 of 6 right here. So he's got 3 touchdowns inside the 10 and the 5. 3 touchdowns altogether, 5 touchdowns. this is an area where Spencer Rattler has to improve. So a lot of people were talking about the first play of the first red zone trip this past Sunday. So let's take a look at that right quick. So here, the first red zone play. Now, I stopped it right there, right now. I want y'all to realize and see something. I'm gonna let it run first in its talent, then I'll let Coach and Zach speak on what they see, and then everybody in the chat. Now that right there, that my friends was the first red zone trip of the day. Remember, we started out with the 53 yarder to Rashid. I mean to Olave. Then the drive just kind of bogged down for the Saints. Now, what Coach? Start with you right quick. As a coach, and Spencer's your quarterback, he comes to the sideline. Is there anything you feel he could have done better on this play?
Run the play. Let the play run.
Okay, let me start it up. I'll just let it run.
Go back. Go back.
All right.
And I'm gonna tell you, go back. Run it, and when I tell you stop, stop.
You want me to start it from the beginning?
All right. Stop.
All right.
Stop.
I did. I ain't touching it.
Go back to the block. Stop it when you get to Kamara, when Kamara throws the block. Go back. Go back.
It's right there. Okay.
Stop. So from the play you just ran, dog, when you look at it, all receivers are covered.
Right.
But the field opens up if Kamara releases right in the middle of the field. So that's basically play calling there on the red zone. And I think I haven't really seen a lot of the game, but there's definitely no number one receiver that has stepped up yet for the Saints, man. And especially when you get in the red zone, because in the red zone, you know, you're going to look for that one. And I don't think the Saints really have a definition of a one yet, you know. I saw Olave some highlights where he dropped some balls and stuff, but there's no definition of a one. But when you run that play, there's nobody really open, bro.
All right.
That play you just showed, there's no window. So that's kind of play calling. And the only thing I really see right there, if you stay right there, if he hits that, he picks that blitz up and just release in the middle. That was the only thing, but there was nothing open on that play.
Right. And Vive, I see you saying Brandon Cooks is open.
Not right there. Where's he open at?
Where's he? One, he's saying he's open here. You got this defender.
You're not gonna try it now because
you're not trying to split the middle right there. Ain't no way.
You got a defender here, defender there.
All three of those receivers are covered. And then you got the safety sitting back there just waiting. There's nobody open.
Right.
And then, you talk about play calling, coach, and you know, I know it's just like a little mesh package and everything like that, but you got three players all going across the middle. Exactly. How was there ever supposed to be anybody open when you got three guys coming across? This was a play that was going to have to allow for protection to hold and allow that play to develop, because you will see, and Dolph pointed out earlier when we were getting ready for tonight, Shaheed does wind up open, right inside the 10, right around the 5-yard line. But because of that blitz coming in from 31, he doesn't have time. Now, I guess you could say Spratler, what the hell? Spencer Rattler could try and step up and evade this free pressure coming out from his left, and then he'd be able to find Shaheed that right around the right hash at the 5-yard line. But our protection just hasn't been there, in order to do that in general. So we can't necessarily game plan for that. I think with with a play call where all your quick routes are across the middle. You got 3 coming across in different directions. You can't throw that ball, even if Cooks is a bit open right here. But because Olave's coming across, you can't throw that ball there. Olave trips and falls when he's getting off his line. That allows whoever's guarding him, the corner, to go ahead and get all over him, all within 5 yards. So he's able to kind of push him around. And, we don't have that big physical wide receiver like we'd want that can go ahead and get free of, of a strong corner. So a little bit of play design issue here on this third down.
Yeah, absolutely. Duff, bring it back. That's even, what is that? The corner coming off the edge right there?
No, it's the safety, and and what he does is he does a great job. He doesn't give it up early. Watch the job he does.
He's lined up at the first down line right there. Comes all the way in.
Run it now.
And then watch Shaheed coming across the right side near the end. If he doesn't get picked up,
everybody's in the same area.
Right, everybody's in the same area. He couldn't. All right, let's say he tried to come off right here. Let's say if he tries to come off Olave here and go right there is you see Jawan Johnson, but you got you got underneath and you got the safety on top, right?
He couldn't come off nobody.
Yeah, because the guy right there.
The dude is right there, so he never had time for it to develop, bro. The dude is right there. So
he's right there. The guy took a good angle. He ain't take a bad angle. He couldn't even step up right there. Now, if the guy took the bad angle and he was able to see, what he could have done is step up, and then, like you were saying, Bob is saying Cooks, believe Bob is saying Cooks was open. Let's see. They keep going. Like I say, Shaheed comes open late, but again, he had no time.
He had no time.
The safety disguise that you gotta give kudos to the safety right there. He disguises it really well. Watch, man. And like Zach said, look where he comes from. He comes
the first down marker's right at the 10 or just past it. It's right around that area. So he's sitting there.
I see what happened.
All right.
The center made the wrong read. The line should have shifted. Go to the play. Watch what happens with the center.
Everybody goes right.
Oh, yeah.
Watch the center. He makes the wrong read. They should have went left. See? You had 2 on the guard when the center should have went to the left.
Let me rewind now.
Watch. Go back to it.
Pause right there.
All right.
Yeah, he goes ahead and swings over to the edge. I can't see the number, but the ends.
They outnumbered on their side. On the
and now they got three. They got 3 blocking one.
What should have happened? 75 should have kicked inside. 51, everything should have kicked to the left. The protection went to the right. It should have went to the left. So it should have been. It wasn't a max. So the protection was called wrong. Whoever made the call on the protection should have went left. It went right. Watch what happens. So what happens was 75 goes left, 51 picks up the nose, the center shifts over, Pennington shifts over, and then 71 would have picked up that blitz.
Yep.
See where it stopped right there. You see where 78 and 51 got the same man?
Yeah.
Yep.
You see it?
McCoy and Louise. Okay.
So it should have went the other way, and that would have kicked 71 out to catch that blitz. Pennington would have caught where Kamara was at, and then you would have had the center right there catching the middle, and Ruiz should have kicked over.
And even if two on the edge comes through, well then AK now is free, just sitting in that bubble, and he just turn around. That's a first down easy.
Even as that, Rattler would have felt the pressure on his right side, and he could have rolled to the left, either ran it or just threw it away if he couldn't throw the ball. The protection went the wrong way for one.
Mm-hmm. So, like I say, communication, it's the small things.
And then with all them going that way, if he rolls that way, I mean, he's got a better, because now you put more pressure on the defense because you got the quarterback coming that way and you got the receivers coming that way. So somebody got to release to come get that quarter. If he'd have took off to his left now, if that protection would have went the way I just said, he takes off to his left, his receivers all would have been coming that way. So now it puts pressure on the defense because somebody's got to leave their man to come get him now.
That's a good point. Why would you shift the line to the right in general? Because you have 3 players moving to the left and just 2 going to the right, and your running back is over on the left side as well.
Correct.
Yeah, that made 0 sense at all to set up the blocking scheme that way.
Yeah,
count the box though. He counted the
wrong,
box.
man.
If you count the box though, coach, you got 5 in the box. You got the 3. You got the safety there. You got your linebacker. I mean, your looks like your nickel back here. So you got 5 on the right side in the box. Really, on the left side, you should have a man for man. That should be the linebacker right there. I believe that's Spillane. That should be Alvin's man right there. Calvin has the kick out. You see what I'm saying?
71 would have kicked out to that blitz and safety coming.
So whoever would have picked up because somebody's coming. Oh, you saying he could have slipped out?
Yeah,
he could have slipped out. Yeah, 71 could have picked up the blitz. Penning goes and
Pennington would have shifted
McCoy
over.
grabs 14.
McCoy
and
grabs
Caesar
14.
Yep.
Okay.
Or Ruiz grabs the middle now. And then even if you're getting pressure from that guy on your own, well, it's to my right, how I'm looking at the TV, your quarterback is rolling to the left. So he could either take off with the ball, throw it away, or just somebody would have came over because with all those corners, the DBs running with those receivers, they wouldn't saw him running the ball.
Okay, gotcha.
So the protection went wrong because you got McCoy and you got 51 doubling up on that guard right there.
And then you look at the defensive end
right there. Both of them shouldn't have been 78 and 51 should have never been both of them on that man. Because really, McCoy ain't really doing much. He should have, everything should have shifted left on that play with that line, man, because the play was designated to come that way.
Right.
Yeah. Because if McCoy goes left, you got Penning easily picking up the small guy that AK grabs. AK is now able to bounce out, and he's able to at least get a chip block on that blitzing safety, and then he can just turn around. He's clear, or that would have even gave enough time for Rattler to be able to find Shaheed that's coming across the right, and you don't even need to move Fuaga. Fuaga just stay right where he is. That's fine.
He's good where he is because he got that outside guy. He's good. Fuaga is good, but from that the misread looked like it was the center and the guard. Everything should have went down left. They should have went to the left and they went to the right, man.
Gotcha. See what else we can see that we can break down through this. So we see the line went, and I believe Tim was saying, Bob was saying, oh, he could have hit Kilks, but bro, you got to realize this how fast this is, bro. Again, that safety does an excellent job of disguising that he's coming. Bam, right.
And then the thing is, they shift out and 71 picks up that safety. Let that play run.
Let it run.
Let it run.
Tell me when to stop.
Let it run. Just run it. Stop it. Stop right there. Right there. There's nothing.
Coach, are you watching through YouTube on the TV?
Yeah. Because we're
watching on the TV. I get a better look on the TV.
Oh, that's why you're seeing it delayed. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is when you look at it,
hey, so look on the screen. Look on the screen.
The whole side of the field, what I'm just saying, the whole side of the field is wide open, bro. There's nothing over there. Rattler could have took off if 71 picks up that blitz. There's nothing over. Stop right there. There's nothing over there. What's over there? Rattler had number field. Rattler could have took off with the ball. If he'd scrambled to his left, rolled to his left with that ball, there's nothing over there.
Yeah, because I mean that force either 45 or 14 to step up, and then he'd have Shaheed coming back. As soon as he would roll out, Shaheed would drop back in. Right. He'd come down close. He'd also probably have AK right around the 10-yard line in front of Banks. So he'd have more options. So just a little bit of miscommunication, and that's the thing. Like, football ain't as easy as what some people try to make it out to be. We got to go ahead and hope that this organization goes and makes the right adjustments, that they're looking at the same things that we're seeing too and actually making the fixes. Again, the problem comes is that, yeah, I feel like the offense has been looking a little bit better, definitely better from that Buffalo game, or I'm sorry, not the Buffalo game, but the Seattle game. But nevertheless, we're expecting to see more improvement by now going into week 7, and we just haven't. And that we're kind of seeing the same mistakes made over and over again, where our weapons, our wide receivers, so whoever's going out down the field, aren't creating much separation. I mean, you saw Olave was blanket coverage. I mean, she had a little bit of space. Jawan completely covered. You had Cooks, who had a time for like a half second, but because of the 2 crossing routes going opposite ends, you can't send it there. There's no type of separation being made.
Right, and the Saints have to, the Saints have to find a one, dog. They haven't found a one yet. And you go back to the glory days. Everybody in the stadium know the ball was going to Michael Thomas, but did it stop him? He still made the catch. They have to find a one, bro. They have to get a consistent one, and they haven't found that one yet. It's Olave pass here, Shahir pass here. They have to get a one that when other teams look at the game plan for that number one receiver, the Saints haven't found that number one receiver yet, man, and that hurts too.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Olave is a high end number 2. I think he works best with another top receiver, like you say, that 1-8, that Michael Thomas. And even though Michael Thomas only played 3 games and altogether 13 games with Olave, his first 2 years where he got 1,000 yards, make no mistake about it, just his presence on the field made a difference.
Exactly.
So when you lose that like Coach said, that dog, that alpha dog, man, and now all of a sudden, you become that alpha dog. Listen, it's no denying the talent that Chris Olave has. Right now, he's been targeted, I believe, like 69 times so far this season. So the Saints,
it's just like Philadelphia championship team. Why do you think Devontae is always open? Because of the fear of AJ Brown in the field.
Yeah,
he doesn't get the ball, but it's the fear factor of him being on the field.
Right. Gotcha. So right now,
that's what's hurting Buffalo. Buffalo doesn't have a one receiver right now. That's where their struggles are coming in. They don't have a one anymore.
Right. So here it is. Spencer Rattler, coach, in the red. His rating is 67. Position rank, we know all that. But just looking at his numbers for the season right now, he's completed 68% of his passes with the 6 touchdowns to 190. Yards of completion, man, that has to get up. But again, I think that has to deal with protection from the offensive line and play calling. The Saints are going to have to loosen up. That's why I think they caught the Patriots off guard on the first play of the game, because those DBs, if you look at that first play, they were kind of sitting on that underneath stuff. They weren't expecting that. So that's 2 weeks in a row the Saints had kind of broke their tendency. Go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to ask, I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. So, with a team like this right now, where I don't think there is a singular person to blame. Like, the easy one is always the quarterback, because that's it's the leader of the team, right? He gets touches the ball damn near every single play. But how do you evaluate it as someone that's trying to like pull the pieces together? We're in what's not being labeled a rebuild, but it is a rebuild. How are you evaluating each and every week with us being in this type of situation?
Oh man, I don't know how you see. I can answer it. I think what the coach has to do is kind of look at the personnel, and maybe he hasn't quite got the personnel that he needs yet. moving forward, and I think he's just going with these pieces right now. But I think you're gonna see some of these pieces maybe move out, and you're gonna see some pieces move in. And I think he's just giving everybody opportunity, per se. And I think you're gonna see some of these pieces move on or move out, man, to get what he wants,
Right. Because I mean, when we look at it, it's like, we're talking about the main thing that everybody wants to point blame at, which is the quarterback. It's, we talked about it during the game, Dolph, about how, this game wasn't on Rattler. He did enough to win the game, but still didn't go out there and win it. And, whether that's because receivers not catching the ball, Olave missed a touchdown in the end zone that came off his fingertips. Defense obviously let us down big in this game. Couldn't get pressure to save their life. That forced the secondary to play bad. And even when the defense did get pressure, the secondary was nowhere near the person they were supposed to be guarding. So, how is he supposed to overcome all of these different things? This team isn't built to be a 9-10, whatever win team, above 500 team right now. But, at some point, there's still some type of evaluation goes on with how we view Spencer Rattler, whether he's the next franchise guy. Because, I mean, we're getting, each week we get closer to a draft and we get closer to trying to determine is he our man? Or should we build up somewhere else? Should we grab another quarterback?
Don't waste that pick on no quarterback. Ain't no.
I agree.
Not a one.
Not a one. All of these have looked a little shaky.
It's two people. If they're on the board right now, I would love to see the same. If the kid comes out from Ohio State, the receiver,
Smith, he got one. He's a sophomore.
Or the defensive end from Miami, from the U. One of them two. That boy there is reckless.
Yep.
He them two, but don't waste it on no quarter. Ain't no quarterback coming out right now that's even worth it right now, man.
No, I agree. So that's where it is. It's like where do we build up from here? Like, it's we're trying every single week, we're trying to find what players are going to stick and which ones aren't. And it's like every week I feel like it gets less and less. The ones that play pretty competent football are the older ones. The guys that are just becoming veterans in this league, just getting to their 4th, 5th year and stuff like that. They're not really turning heads. Our young guys, none of them have really opened up and have done much so far. I think Sanker is probably the only one out of this. Sanker and Banks are probably the only two so far out this draft class that I feel like have really stepped up to where it's like, okay, I can see something in them as rookies. Quincy Riley's been struggling a whole lot. We finally got a look at Stutz for a couple of downs last week. So, hopefully his and I'm assuming that's probably something to do with them trying to trade away Pete Warner, because apparently they've been getting calls about him, or they've been calling out to people about trading him. So I'm assuming that has something to do why we're seeing Stutz a little bit more. But hopefully, the next couple of weeks we'll know this does Stutz have something special, as Vibe talks about here. Kool-Aid, sugar free. What's going on with that? We don't have a lockdown corner right now.
But I agree with you, Zach. But the most disappointing thing to me has been the Saints front four, man.
Absolutely.
I just don't.
D-line.
Breezy, Granderson, Young was back, Cam Jordan, and you got what's the Gacho? They got no pressure.
The only one that did okay was Bullock, because whenever he came in, we were able to actually stop the run, and that was the only one that stepped up for me this last week.
I just can't understand why they not getting pressure with that. That four there should be raising havoc, and it's not coming. They're not even close right now.
No,
and I don't understand why. That's what's puzzling me. Then the other part of that was, you saw your front four wasn't getting any pressure. You should have brought more pressure to help them DBs out, man. I'd have sold out more to the Bliss to help them out, because that front four didn't do anything. And I've been like this 2 years. I've just been amazed at this front four not giving anything, man. For the money that they spent up front with Granderson, with Young. Cam is making a nice salary. Breezy, I just don't get it, man. I'm not lying. I don't get it with that front four at all.
And like I'm trying to see if I can find anywhere that can tell me what Drake May's average time to throw the ball was during the Saints game. And right now it showed me just his average from last year to this year. Last year was just 3.3 seconds. This year is 4.4. And he definitely was above that average this week. I would assume he probably had something like 5-6 seconds. You know, that's crazy.
He was sitting back there. He looking like Dolph. He looking like Dolph at Johnson School on the schoolyard. You know what I'm saying? Sitting back here like old Dolph on the schoolyard at Johnson School throwing the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Man, say Johnson, boy, way back.
Man.
But looking at these, as we see here, man, Chris Olave. Right now, Olave has been targeted 8 times in the red zone. He's only came up with 3 of those catches for 1 touchdown. Let's compare him to, let's say, a tight end like Trey McBride. He's caught 6 of 10 passes. Christian McCaffrey, 7 of 10. Amon-Ra St. Brown, right now, he's targeted 10 of 11 targets in the red zone for 6 touchdowns.
What's the quarterback's favorite person in the red zone? What the Saints don't have? Consistent.
Yeah.
A tight end.
Tight end.
Laporta. I mean, we could go on and on. Laporta. We could go on and on, bro.
Look at these names. How many of these are tight ends? You got Trey McBride, Theo Johnson, Ferguson, Warren, Hunter Henry, Njoku.
Rookie.
You know,
all tight ends.
Two rookies that came out this year: Theo Johnson and Tyler Warren.
Right.
You know. But let me just say this: I love Kelvin Banks. I love that kid. I feel good about him.
I mean, somewhere in there, they've got to make a move tight end, bro. I mean, they don't pay Jawan what do you got, 3-year deal?
They keep extending him on the hope and promise that he's athletic as hell, and eventually that's gonna show. But it just isn't. It's just not showing.
No, he's not doing nothing, bro. He show you 1 catch, he'll make a brilliant catch, and it's about 50 more times, he's gonna just screw the shit up, bro. Yeah, I don't even know why they re-signed him. I was surprised they even brought him back to begin with. I told y'all that. I was surprised they even brought him back.
Now, the one thing I was go ahead, Dolph.
No, go ahead. I could go and finish after that.
No, because I was kind of going into a different direction. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, all right, so I was gonna go with I was talking with Dolph a little bit about this yesterday, and I've kind of seen it a little bit through Twitter and stuff like that as well with, Spencer Rattler. Obviously we all can tell his number 1 target is Olave. Olave is getting, 9-10 targets a game right now. And that doesn't mean nobody else is getting catches, but is he focusing too much on trying to get the ball to Olave to where, we're not spreading the ball around, so it's no tricks to the offense. We'll be lucky to see Shaheed get more than like 2 or 3 targets a game. Vele is on average right now 1 target a game. Juwan Johnson outside the first 2 where they were like targeting him nonstop. Now even him, which I'm happy about, but he's not getting more than a target or 2 a game. Brandon Cooks was lucky to get 1. AK is going to get his checkdowns here and there, but are we not spreading the ball around to where it's making it a little bit easy on the defense too? Or is
you have to go back, Zach.
So high, the pressure's so bad that all you can do is go to your first read because you're expecting to get hit.
I think you have to go back and look at the game film. Maybe Olave is the only one getting separation out of all these receivers.
Yeah.
So you really have to go back and kind of study the film to see who's getting separation. For him, to disperse the ball too. Is it Olave? Because I know Shaheed, biggest thing coming in, he said he wanted to work on his route running, So
right.
The kid came in from Denver. I don't know much about him. How polished is he in his route running? Brandon Cooks, like I said, just an older version of Olave. He was just another ways to me to bring in. I'm sorry, you could have saved your money. Shit, I could have went to Whataburger and did better with that shit, bro. That money. So it depends on, who's really getting separation. If Olave is your man receiver getting separation, I mean, that's why he might be getting targeted so much. But you have to
Right.
go back and look at the film on it to really tell.
Yeah.
Right. So right now, as we look, um, Elvin is actually 10th in the league in red zone rushing yards with 52 rushing yards in the red zone. Again, with the return of Taysom and with Kendre Miller, I like to see a package from Coach Mo when all three of them are on the field. And with some of the targets that Jawan Johnson has been getting not getting, um,
Mhm.
like you said, we gave out draft capital for Devon Valley. He did have a catch. Remember, he had a catch that went down inside the one, but it was called back due to
Yes.
a penalty. But I think we're seeing them too little, not enough on the field. No, it could be a lot of things. Maybe he's not as polished with the offense now as he would need to be a like to be right now. That could be one thing, and that could be limiting his snaps right now. Um, but again, like I stated earlier, I believe the running game is the key to the Saints improving in the red zone. And Spencer Rattler, like early in the season, those throws that he missed in the red zone, the touchdown to Olave when he threw it badly, terribly behind him. That was a bad pass. Everyone, even though Olave got his hand on, he should have caught it, but he shouldn't have had to do. He shouldn't have had to do that. It shouldn't have been that difficult
And
to catch it. Should have been a touchdown.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something
and I,
too, dog.
yeah, go ahead.
With what I see of the Saints personnel for as receivers, they don't have a one. Man, I would be screen heavy, bro. I would have so much gadgets like screens with Camaro, screens with Shaheed. Man, I would put Shaheed at quarterbacks, like rattle out though, because I mean there's so much speed. I would be screen heavy with this team right now, man. With the speed they got until they really get the definition of that one.
Mhm.
Man, I would have so many gadgets. You would just have Alvin in motion, tossing them. This shit would be just like wide
Well,
open.
and the thing is too, there's blueprints out there. I mean, obviously, no coach is going to want to go ahead and copy to a T, but there's blueprints out there. I mean, look at Buffalo. I mean, look at the Ravens. Although they're not playing very good this year, but look at those guys. Neither one of those teams have like an elite wide receiver, but they still are able to work their way down the field. Now, you could argue, obviously, they have a better, they have a more elite run game at the moment, a little bit better offensive line protection, but that's what they utilize. A lot of different screens. They set, setting up blocks with their other receivers downfield. That way they can go ahead and get some good chunk yardage. And then you go ahead, that opens up the middle shot. There's not enough, I don't know if I want to call it like yin and yang between the play calling right now. And like I said, the first half, I felt it. The first half, I felt like it was a good mix, man. We started off, did something we hadn't done all year. Bomb down the field. Mm-hmm. Did we throw it down the field again, past 20 yards? I don't think so. Maybe one more time.
Right. And so you finished, Zach?
No, that's it. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I just don't feel like the playbook they're utilizing the personnel that they have, bro.
Right.
That's what I feel like. Just from what I've seen of it, their personnel is based off speed, not power, and they're using more of a power type offense, but they don't have the personnel to do that. To me, that's just my opinion.
Gotcha. So we got the log breakdown of the entire game, and so what Zach and myself wanted to do, and Coach, we wanted to look at each possession in the red zone for the Saints. So this is in the first quarter. Of course, the Saints started off with the 53-yarder from Rattler to Olave. So that they got with 13:35. They were at the 20-yard line. Of course, the red zone is from the inside the 20 on, but I just say the 20. So from the 20 here on first down, and we can look at play selection too. So on first down, it's Camara off left end. He gets to the New England 16. So picks up 4 yards on first down. Not a bad play. So they come back. Matter of fact, excuse me, that was second down and 8 right there from the 20. Now we come to the third down and 4. The play that we saw here when Rattler pass was incomplete to Chris Olave. So we get to the red zone. First on that first down from the New England 22, Rattler passed short right to Jawan Johnson, which was at that time his only catch of the game. But again, something that has become too familiar with this team. How does the drive end? Blake Groupie with a field goal. All right, so let's go to the Saints' next possession. See, the next time they get to the red zone would be, uh, yeah, on this drive. They started out with a 1st and 10 from New England's 32. Rattler passed short middle to Rashid. Then he passed short left to Rashid to New England 27 for 5 yards. Then they had a 3rd down and 5 from the 27. They went no huddle with something I don't understand. Pass deep right to Valet to New England 4. That's the one that was called back. That was a big penalty in that game. And that was holding that was on the rookie Calvin Banks. They called
Yep.
holding on Banks on that one. So bam, they settled for another field goal. All right.
Holding 71 White, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
Right. So here we
I'm just
go.
Thank you,
working
Ref. Right.
on my techniques,
Thank you. Thank you, Ruff.
bro.
Uh, so we so, so we in the
Dickhead.
second quarter now. So here we go, the second quarter. Saints once again. Here they get a 1st and 10 from New England's 19-yard line. Kamara right guard to New England 17 for 2 yards. So what we're looking at, Coach, when I'm trying to look at everybody, I'm trying to look at the play selection. Anything that stands out for y'all, let
Yeah,
me know.
you never heard Jawan Jones, so you never heard the
Yeah,
tight end.
yeah. Here we go again. On
Mhm.
second and 8 from the 17, left into New England nines for 8 yards. That was the keeper by Rattler to pick up the first down. Now we got first and goal from New England's 9. We go no huddle. Why we going no huddle? Right there. Alvin Kamara, right guard to New England 6 for 3 yards. Then we got 2nd and 6. Kamara, right guard for 1 yard. To New England, excuse me, to New England's 1 for 5 yards. Then on 3rd and 1 from New England's 1 yard line, shotgun. Uh, who
Taysom
Boston?
Hill, touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
Taysom
was third
Hill.
and one?
Yeah, Taysom Hill touchdown. That was
Yeah,
Taysom Hill's touchdown
man, I brought God
right there.
Joe and gave him the ball.
All right, now let's go. Let's go in the next possession. They got the ball back offensively with 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go.
I mean,
Uh,
look at that. Look at that. All those possessions that we're getting in deep into New England territory.
they're driving the. That's the thing. They're moving the ball, but they're not finishing.
There's no
Uh,
tight end.
no time.
When you get close in, bro, your tight ends are so valuable in the red zone. And there's nothing in there with Jawan or more. There's nothing with the tight end.
And so, right after the 2 minute warning, it came out the 2 minute warning. They had a 3rd and 4 from New England's 34. And Coach, you're right. He's not even being targeted right now. Rattler pass incomplete deep right to Chris Olave. We all remember that. That's the ball off Chris Olave's hand. He kind of paused on that route. If he runs all the way through that route, he may catch that ball. That was a big play in the ball game right there. Spencer put that ball. Got to give him credit when credit's due. He put that ball where it was needed to be placed. Olave got to make that catch. All right. So let's go to the next one. We gonna move on. Now we're in the third quarter here. Of course, second half, the offense kind of bogged down a little bit. But here we go. Saints get the ball for the first time with 7 minutes and 26 seconds to go. The drive starts with 7:21. First play from scrimmage was with 7 minutes and 21 seconds. This drive ended with them not getting into Patriots territory. Then the next possession, they pretty much do nothing with that possession either. It gets to New England territory, but they don't get in the red zone. Now we're in the full quarter. Here are the Saints. Come in here, they have a 1st and 10 at their own 25. No, excuse me, that was New England. I apologize. The Saints get the ball at their 10. They drive down the field. They get all the way to New England's first. They're at New England's 21. Then we get a timeout by the Saints, and then What happened here? Oh, that's New England. I'm looking at the Patriots. That damn new
I'll say
fool me, right?
yeah. You had me confused on that one.
Yeah, I was confused myself, but yeah, that's it, man. So,
But you could just see how, like I said, like everything looked good. We were driving, not scoring, but at least we were driving. Like the offense actually was probably the best we've seen the play calling so far in that first half. You know, had a good mixture of running pass, working the ball downfield. Second half, it was stale. There was nothing going on. We couldn't move the ball. There was no type of creativity. They came out and they just shut our asses down, and we had no response, no change. We didn't have a play that goes ahead and open it up. It's like once you get stalled like that, there has to be a play in your playbook that you can call that is at a high percentage, one that the team isn't going to be expecting, that can go ahead and get some momentum swung back your way, especially when you're playing at home. Because I tell you what, we said it during the game, Dolph. The Dome showed up. The Dome was loud at first, man. The Dome was loud, and they were loud through the end, which I was surprised with. You know, it was so loud, delay of games, had some false starts near the end. You know, anything possible to try and give the Saints another chance. And then, yeah, obviously the Juwan fumbled hurt those chances, but it was like, where is that play when things get a little stale? Whenever the New England finally has momentum defensively, that's going to go ahead and open it back up to where now, okay, all right, now we're good. Now we're back. We got 3 and out. We only got 2 first downs. Whatever. We haven't got across midfield. What's that one play that we can go to reignite this offense? We don't have that right now.
Right. And now there were like you said, the play call in the first half was good. Now here's a play that coaching on Zach. I'm gonna let y'all respond to this, but I love this play call here by the Saints with Spencer Rattler here in the red zone. It's something that I think they've been trying to do a lot of, is take advantage of his legs. I love the design on this. Good blocking out there, good lead block ahead right there. Let me rewind it. So Foster comes in motion as he's pointing out that, hey, that's my guy, that outside end. So he had that's his guy. Then Chris comes in motion. And so Foster actually lines up on that wing, and he comes across and he leads the way on that play. What you see from that, Coach?
It was a nice misdirection play. It's a little misdirection. It was just a nice play.
And who's up there? Who got that pancake block up there? Was that Cooks? Look at the receiver in the slot. I believe that's Brandon Cooks with a pancake.
I think that is Cooks, yeah?
That was a hell of a block.
See it again. Oh, yeah, bring his ass down.
Brandon Cooks got a pancake on that. He had good block and everything on that play.
So our receivers can block. That's what I learned from that. At least they know how to when they want to.
Right.
You know, so that goes back to the question that Coach was asking earlier. Why are we not setting up some screens to our speedsters and have our receivers get out there and go block?
That's what I'm talking about. Utilizing what you have, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You see what I'm saying? With speed.
Right.
And that's what the Saints don't do enough of. The offense from the players I've seen is more of a power offense, which they don't have the personnel. You don't have the receiver and all that for to do that. But utilizing your speed, bro, that's what the Saints have to rely on now.
Right. And I mean, and with that play, man, he picked up the first down. You inside the 9. I believe this is the drive with Taysom scored. So, I mean, they were able to finish this drive off with a touchdown. But, man, we got to be more efficient in the red zone. Again, I believe the running game. And somebody's got to emerge. Hopefully it's the tight end you gave $30 million to. Emerge as that red zone threat and target Devon Valley. I mean, damn it. Put him out there. He's 6'5". That's what we got him for. I like to see him out there some more, being more involved inside the red zone for the Saints. All right,
Yep.
family. We put the
Hey,
link.
let me ask y'all a question.
Go ahead.
I haven't seen. So Taysom Hill, he just comes in on that package, the quarterback package.
They haven't used him much outside of that.
Because
I mean,
he
maybe
another
blocking a
thing,
little
That's
bit,
the
but yeah,
second game back.
they
another thing
haven't
with him,
utilized. Go
just
ahead. I'm sorry.
his speed, line him up at tight end. Just his speed alone can create some mismatch or just be some decoys, man. That's what I'm saying. You got to just open this thing up and just mix it up, bro. He can catch the ball. Use him at tight end some. Because you ain't getting nothing out of Jones. Good luck, dog. I hope you catch him at Burger King or somewhere and tell him get his ass to his job and stop sitting down, taking money and going to Burger King. Because Jawan ain't getting you nothing, bro. So, I mean, you got to just use some other thing. I mean, I would use him. You know, he's what they call him, the Army Swift Knight. So
Yeah.
put him at tight end some, man. Even if he didn't just go out, he ain't just a decoy. The tight end opens up so much, bro. You can't imagine what the tight end does for opening up that field, bro. And I had not have heard y'all mention Jawan and none of this, bro. Maybe once or twice, and that's not gonna get it, bro. That's not gonna get it.
let's
And if you don't feel
go ahead.
comfortable with Juwan, why are we just completely forgetting about Foster Moreau?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
Foster Moreau is a very capable tight end. I mean, we saw what he was able to do back with the Raiders. So like let's not act like Juwan's the only tight end in this in our building that can do anything.
Right.
Foster Moreau is very capable to go out there and go catch some pass. We've seen him make big plays last year. You know, so why is he getting used then if you don't feel comfortable in Juwan?
Yeah,
You know, so it's just it's the play. Like, and again, I guess it's hard being patient because we expect but it's hard being patient knowing that this team is not not a winning team. But
I can't be patient with him, Zach. He been around,
right?
And you got your payday.
Well,
I can't be patient with him.
No, I know. I agree with that. I'm talking more as far as the play calling and all that stuff of getting all of our personnel involved. I guess that's the only thing. It's like, man, we thought it was gonna be Kubiak last year that was gonna go ahead and make watching Saints football fun again. Then it wasn't. Then it was like, all right, more this year. Hopefully that was gonna happen. Well, we haven't quite seen it yet. We got to give it a little bit of time. Eventually he's going to build up the personnel that he wants and everything like that. But I still just want to see a glimpse of it, man. And like I said, we're coming up to halfway point of the season. We're only 3 weeks away from the halfway mark, and we're still complaining about the same stuff.
Yeah, but the thing is, right now this team is moving the ball between the 20s. They're moving the ball between the 20s. It's the red zone that's killing this team, man.
Yeah.
And like you say, like Coach is saying, we do, and I love that comparison that Coach made with Smith and Antonio Brown in Philly. You remove AJ Brown from the Eagles, and Deontay Smith is your number one receiver. I don't believe he's as productive as he is without AJ Brown.
I think it is with the Saints, and I was listening to Zach say we're going to week 7. I think it's like this. It's like I buy a house as is, not brand new, as is. And when I move in that house, there's a lot of things I need to change, but I got to take it piece by piece. I got to get the money right.
Yeah.
And gradually I start adding what I want to my house. And I think that's what you're going to see with the Saints. You're going to see a lot of people moving out. A lot of people get traded. I think they're going to, this coach, I think I give them maybe 2 more years to kind of clean this up and kind of get what he wants in. And I think right now he's just giving everybody, this is like a trial. I guess you say a trial. Let's see what all y'all can do. This is what I have. So let me look at everything I got this year. It's like your grade. This is your chance to make an impact, to show me if you want to be on this team and can I use you as a New Orleans Saint. And I think this is what you're going to see this year with this team. You're going to see the struggles to everybody's being graded, and then eventually they're going to sit down and say, okay, well, this got to go, this got to go. We got to move on from this. And I think gradually, you start putting stuff you want in your house, till you get it to where you want it to be. But when you first buy that used house, You know, the ceiling might be falling. You just got to piece it. And I think that's what you're seeing with the Saints. And I think this season is more of this is what I have. Let's see who really wants to be here, who really helps me, what you can do. And if not, by the all season, trade deadline, whatever, we're going to move on and we're just going to get rid of you or whatever. And we're going to start bringing in. And I think this year is more just going to be I just need to see what everybody can do. This is what I was given. So this is all I can work with for right now. This is what I've been given. So I'm going to work with it. And then I know it's got to go. I know what to subtract and I know what to add. And I think that's what you're going to see.
Right.
And so let's go back one more. Go ahead, Zach. Then we'll go back to the Giants game too and look at the play selection in the red zone. Go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, I wanted to ask because I feel like me and Coach Rock are probably on the same page with this stuff. You know, we talk about trades and stuff like that. You know, I think there's definitely less people that are non-tradable. You know, who are the non-tradables like on this team right now? You know, in our lineup,
there are none.
There are none. Like the only person that I see is non-tradable is AK, and that's only because he doesn't want to be traded, given the respect he wants to retire. But you know, at some point there may have to be a decision to be made if it's hurting us. And then you know, obviously and then the rookies, and then McCoy. I think that's the only ones that I feel like are just untouchable at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe Kendra, because I actually have liked what I've seen out of the progression of Kendra so far this year. So Kendra, McCoy, Banks. And then, you know, our stack of rookies right now, primarily Sanker, but the other ones, you know, there's none worth trading for them at this point in time. So,
right. And I think you just kind of try to get as much value in the draft market for as when you move, you're just getting draft pieces and just build. But like I said, they've got to, when they make the trade and they get these draft pieces, bro, they've got to hit on these draft pieces, man. This is so key that they've been missing. We looked at that a while back. You've got to hit on those draft pieces, bro. You can't just say, I'm getting rid of this, and then you get that draft pick, and then you blow that draft pick. Then you put yourself back in that bad situation. They've got to hit on this draft, bro. And that's where I'm fearful of the Saints moving forward, because we keep saying, you know, give them time. We can give time, but you've got to hit on them draft classes, bro. It's so key. And they're not hitting on those draft classes at all. But this is a new regime, so let's see what this class brings in. But they've got to hit on these draft pieces, bro. It's so key.
And everybody is screaming, trade this person, trade that person, trade it from draft capital. And just like you said, man, there is with these players, you know what you have.
Right.
You don't know what you're bringing in. You can do listen, these teams do extensive study, even more than we think in areas that we probably don't even fathom. But the thing is, like Coach has said, the Saints just have been making the wrong selection in the group of players they have been bringing in. Again, I think this year's class is promising. I believe it's promising. You know, I look at Coach Calvin Banks Jr. I believe we got a starter and Sanker going to go through his growing pains. I believe Quincy Riley's going to be okay. Danny Stutzman starting to get more playing time. And going back to the part about trading Pete Werner. Now, this past Sunday, we saw a uptick in snaps, and not just on special teams for Isaiah Starbird. So that could be an indication right there. Now, unlike many of y'all, I don't hate the player Pete Werner. I think Pete Werner is a good football player. And to me, when you are a team that is rebuilding and you're trying to get that foundation, you need good football players on your team. And realistically, what do you expect to get back in draft capital for Pete Werner? I'm not just trading a good football player to get back no 5th, 6th, 7th round pick.
What did he get drafted at? What round was he drafted?
He's a 2nd round pick.
Right.
And he has not. Zach, look up his career numbers.
So the only thing that I could think No, I
Not
don't think
even
he's a
close.
bust either.
Not even close to it.
I'm not as mad at him as a bunch of people are. Because we talked about it last game, and I didn't quite see the things that people were like really complaining about Pete Warner with. One thing I give Pete is that, or at least the one things I've noticed, and maybe I need to go ahead and do some more film study and just watch him for a whole session. But like when he gets around the guy with the ball, that guy's normally getting brought down. He's not normally getting run over. And we can't say that about too many players on our defense. He may not get there quickly or quick enough, to be able to get him behind the line of scrimmage or something like that. But normally when it gets to him, he's going down. But as far as like trade value, like in getting draft, getting a 5th round and all these different things. If you go and do a big overhaul of players and you go ahead and do trade away a bunch and you get, a bunch of different draft picks, well, then you use those draft picks to go higher up in the draft and you go try and trade a couple, a 5th and a 6th or whatever and try to get into the 3rd or, a 4th and a 5th, try to get, in another 5th or whatever, get into the 2nd, you try to do different things like that. That's the only way I can see it making sense.
And well, if the Saints have the fire sale that the national media and many who that nation want them to have, y'all ass crying right now and they 1-5. If they get rid of Pete Warner, Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave, and whoever else y'all want to get rid of, y'all think this damn team, y'all think that gonna help the rebuild? Hell no, that gonna set the rebuild back a few more years. Listen, this team is already lacking enough good football players. You need good football players. Listen, and Drew Brees and the Saints had years. They had their starters and they had good backups. They had good players in the cupboard. If the starters went down, they're not that a depth right now is not up to par. You got to keep good football players. Now, if somebody comes and they give you outrageous things, they won't give you a 3rd and a 5th for Pete Warner. Now that's something to consider. But I mean, just trading. I mean, realistically, what do you coach? I'm gonna ask you this, and Zach too. Realistically, first coach with Pete Warner, guys. First with Pete Warner, and everybody in the chat. Honestly, take your heart. If you are a team and you trading for Pete Warner, what are you willing to give up for the player? I don't care how you feel about him. We talking about the player. You're a GM of a team now, and you're looking, you need linebacker help, and you see that the Saints possibly may consider moving off Pete Warner if the compensation is right. What do you offer them for Pete Warner?
With that one, I mean, it depends on how good you can negotiate, bro. I mean, you might, if I'm a team that's one player, a linebacker, away, whatever, I might be willing to give up a 2 or 3. I mean, it's just negotiations, bro, and how good you can negotiate to sell that player. And if they really want that player, sometimes you see some teams get overcompensated. They give up a whole lot to get somebody. So, I mean, it just depends on that negotiation, dog, and how bad you want that player. You might catch one team might have two twos, 3 2s, 3 3s, and they say, okay, I give you a 3 and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get the max out of that team for him. I'm gonna push even for more, and just see if they bite for it. I mean, and it depends on how bad they want them.
All right, Zach, same question for you.
Say it one more time. I'm sorry, I started getting messages over here.
Yeah,
one more time. I'm sorry.
If you're a GM and your team needs a linebacker, and you looking at the Saints, and you have there's rumors, or somebody in the building that say, hey, if the compensation's right, we may consider moving off Pete Warner. If you're that GM from that team, what compensation do you give up for Pete Warner?
I mean, look, it's honestly not much. I mean, because the Saints are in a weak spot. We don't have any advantage, and that's the thing. Any of these trades that happen, everybody's going to look and be like, man, Saints got robbed. Well, no, it's because we're in a desperate situation, and you don't think the owners don't know that? So it won't be much. I mean, I think your best possible outcome is to be able to get a 5th round for him. And I think that's best case scenario.
All
Maybe, yeah.
504 Coach says a forward for Warner. So you gonna move off a tackling. Listen, like Zach said, he's a sure tackler. Okay, he lacks a little athletic ability. We knew that when we selected him. But
Yep.
he's a smart football player. I'm gonna say that again because that gets overlooked a lot. He's a smart football player. Football is 90% mental and 10% physical. So what I'm saying is, to me, and like Zach said, what teams think, well, they got us. If you coming to me and you want P. Warner, I'm not giving you P. Warner for peanuts. Because if you calling, another team calling, I'm giving up a solid, good football player. Y'all can say what y'all want. He's a solid, good football player. He's not an all-pro. I ain't saying he's an all-pro or all-world linebacker.
Question.
Yeah, go ahead, Coach.
Zach, what is
Yes.
the next alignment? What is the alignment? A 3? Didn't it go to a 3-4?
Yeah.
Man, I think so.
3-4. That's why you see
I'm
Granderson in
not great at that
coverage.
kind of stuff. So yeah, I think so. Yeah, they
Who
go to
are the
3-4.
4 linebackers?
Warner, Demario Davis, Carl Granderson.
Carl Granderson.
Yeah, that's
They've
what
been
he's
dropping
playing.
Granderson back.
He drops in cover.
You went to Chick-fil-A, you went to the Dapper shop.
I'll say this: we absolutely got
I'm
a
not
Staley
playing.
problem. If anything, man, Staley is trying to like overcoach.
No,
I feel like that's what Staley's trying to do. He's trying to overcoach. He's trying to be.
You said,
he's trying
Granderson.
Granderson.
I don't mean to laugh at you, dog, but you said Carl 96 playing linebacker.
Coach, why you
been
think
dropping
he
him
got
back.
beat in that Buffalo game? He was in coverage.
Who's the other linebacker?
The other former 4-3 in. So that would be Chase Young or Cam Jordan.
Good night, y'all. I'm going to bed. Good night. Fucking bed, bro. Are y'all serious, bro?
Hold on, I'm about to put out the depth chart.
That's the problem. Right, the problem right there, because I know the last time the Saints ever ran a 3-4, you had the dome patrol. You saw what them 4 linebackers could do.
Right. But I don't think it's a conventional 3-4 that he's running. Hold on, I'm about to pull it up to you for you right now.
I'd say he's doing a lot of weird shit, man. He's doing a lot of weird shit.
Yeah, that's really weird, Zach. That's some weird shit. You said
a lot of
right.
weird shit.
You said that right, Zach. I couldn't say that one no better.
All right. So, let me take this off. All right. So here's the depth chart, Coach. That's the depth chart. That's what they play. Right there. So your two D linemen, Gotcha and Breesy. Your edge standing up is Granderson, Chase Young. All right. Young is back now. So Cam becomes that. He backs both of them up now. Then you got Chris Rump, who comes in on the edge.
No,
that's what I'm telling you. Inside linebackers are Warner, Davis, Stallberg, and
Stutzman. No way. No, we ain't doing that.
That is right there.
No.
So there go your edge right there. Your 2 starting middle linebackers right here. Your other 2 edge / linebackers, Young and Granderson, bro.
No.
I mean, just
no.
Hell to the fucking no. Yeah. There's no way he's. Oh my God.
Look, Coach, go back and look at that. Man, I wish I could pull it up. Zach, can you pull that game up?
Can one of y'all pull up right quick alignment of the Saints in the game?
Just the alignment.
How they align? How they align
defense
at pre-snap.
Okay,
defense pre-snap.
I'm about to put it off for you, right? I actually got the.
Man, you got to be shitting me.
That's what we all been saying too, Coach.
How the hell you got Granderson in coverage?
All right. I got you coming right now, Coach. Let me do this. That is right. All right.
I'm looking at it.
So hold on. Let me get started.
I see Granderson.
Well, all right. So Grant, look, there you go, Pete. I know it's dog because I got to run it. Let me go back 10, and then when they line up, then I'll play it. I'll stop.
Yeah, press play right there. Then move that mouse.
Press right here.
Yeah, just press play and then move the mouse, and we'll get loaded up to it.
Okay.
It should go away. Yeah, there we go.
Let me go.
All right, here we go. Let's watch it.
And they got Granderson dropping in coverage.
He rushed here.
Oh, he didn't drop on this one. He has been dropping it. I wish I could find. I don't have NFL Plus right now, so I can't pull up the Bills game whenever he did. But yeah, Granderson got beat in coverage during the Bills game. It was hilarious.
I can't cover nobody, man.
All right.
You telling us, man? We know.
But just that lineup that shows you right there. All right. Let me take this. Let me pause that. We'll take that down. Let me go with that Bills. Let me find that Bills.
Man, that's crazy, bro.
Let me show you when they gave up that touchdown. Let's see if I can get that.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. You got Granderson and you got Young or Cam Jordan dropping in coverage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
God bless the child that's got his
week 5.
Oh my God. Boy, y'all blew my oatmeal for the night. I don't even want the oatmeal now. Man, y'all got to be shit.
Yeah, boy. That's what I'm saying. Like, the thing is, I understand coaches all have the schemes that they like to call and everything like that. And so, like, you got to look at it. I know, Kellen Moore had who he wanted to get in, and maybe it's one of those things where, all right, let's go ahead and get our personnel that we want so we can get there. But goodness gracious, you don't know how to coach any other defense until we get to that point, until you go ahead and make the moves. Instead, let's force our guy that was the best at pressuring the quarterback the last 2 years and put him at his ass out in coverage. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, come on. Man, that's crazy.
You got to good coaches have their favorites or whatever, but they also adjust to their personnel, man. And like, unless all that showed me is that you're a one-trick pony, that you don't believe you can coach a defense any other way. That's how I look at it. But what do I know? Like, I'm not no expert. I don't claim to be one, but that's just insanity.
Right. So I'm searching it right now, guys.
Yeah.
Because he got beat by James Cooks, right? That was Cooks that beat him.
Fuck you could beat him, Dolph, if you fast.
Tight end.
Trying to cover that boy is not no cover guy, man. He's purely a rusher.
Oh, it was Dalton Kincaid, I believe. I believe it was Dalton Kincaid, bro. Yep, that's what it was. It was Dalton Kincaid on the damn wheel route.
I see what the whole dynamic of the line changed, because now you got to look at where does Granderson really fit now in this scheme? Where does Cam Jordan really fit? Because now you're looking at a hybrid. You're looking at a defensive end / linebacker in a draft. You're looking for a hybrid.
Right. Yeah. All right, Coach. Here it is. Here, so y'all stay with me.
And we still need a true pass rusher, and you're looking for a hybrid.
All right, so here we go, Coach. That's Granderson right there, Coach. He's on. Look at him. He's in stand. He's covering Kincaid. Watch him.
Look how slow them hips got around. Boy, that's crazy.
Hold on, you can't make this shit up. Hold on, let me get back to Kincaid.
Man, that dude, that's
again. Let me rewind it.
Yeah, I mean,
you probably can play that back, press that back button on the screen, though.
This one?
Yeah.
Well, I think I went too far back, huh? No, that's it right there. Oh, that's it right there. Okay. Yeah, that's it.
He doesn't fit that scheme, bro.
Just let it
just
play.
let
It's
it
gonna
run.
play.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
gonna
just gonna
play.
let it
It's
play.
gonna play this one, and it's gonna play the next one. Yeah. This is a run play.
Slide.
And then it'll go to the next one. Now put it
Here
this
it is.
way.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let it play. You got to watch the list.
Yeah, I think it's just I don't know why NFL does that. It's just taking it out of big screen. It's gonna keep doing that every time it refreshes.
Yeah.
But yeah, you asking that dude to do something he never did in his life, bro.
Here you go, coach.
Right.
Here you go. Here you go, Rock.
Like and for all that, trade Granderson then. If that's who you want, get someone that can do both, right? If that's the case, because
because now you need a hybrid.
Because Granderson got some value, and we still need a true pass rusher. So if that's the case, then trade Granderson, get that hybrid using that trade value, and then go ahead and grab a true pass rusher next year. I mean, if that's the case, I would hate to let Granderson go because he's been the only one to consistently get at the quarterback, or at least last 2 years it was. But man,
maybe me don't eat more oatmeal, bro. Man.
Feel that.
But yeah,
it makes me want to go get some oatmeal, coach.
Man, let's
I was gonna go to bed in like an hour. Now I'm thinking I might grab a 6-pack.
Let's open the line for the last 10 minutes, man. Let's open the lines, man, for the last 10 minutes. Anybody want to come on in with us, man? Here's the link. We're putting it in the chat. Come on in, voice your opinion, what you're feeling about the 1-5 Saints, the red zone woes tonight. We touched on the Saints play selection in the red zone, the inability to be successful in the red zone. We looked at the Saints' first red zone trip on the third down when Olave on the crossing route, it was incomplete.
Who is that? 504. That's what you need, a hybrid. You right, Perkins. You need a hybrid. That's what you need.
Rush Hour would say, can we trade Mickey Loomis? Man, it'll be second lines all over the city. Trade Mickey Loomis. I retired. He fired. He been demoted or promoted. He's not GM no more. No, he ain't GM no more. Yeah, that's the problem. But hey. All right, family. The link is in the chat. Anybody want to come on with us before we get out of here, man? Yeah, Coach. I mean,
they got Granderson trying to run with a tight end.
That's where I was doing the telecast after the game Sunday. That's why I stated that right now, I don't believe Staley has the necessary pieces that he needs to run his system. But then that's when coaching comes into play too. You may have to, that's when you have to tailor your system around the strength and talents of the players you do have. And that game against Buffalo, there ain't one time, and if you really look at it, it looks like he drops Kincaid expecting help over the top. So that could have been it too. You want me to run it again?
The only way that system will work, he would have to be blitz heavy right now to get Granderson time enough just to, you know what I'm saying? But you got to bring a lot of pressure, bro, to offset that speed you losing, bro. Well, that quarterback got to get that shit out of his hand hot. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way. You got to become blitz heavy, man.
Yep.
Right.
That hell to the no.
Hey, listen, family. Since nobody's coming on, man, we appreciate everybody joining us. This is the Keeping It Real Who That Sports podcast and RFS Saints. We thank everybody for joining us. And listen, we want to remind you all to join us this Sunday for the fastest growing pregame show on all the social media as the NFL turns. Family, we're live each and every single Sunday morning, each and every single Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Eastern. So come on in, join Zach, Coach, Nine, Lawrence, Jeremy, Cowboy, Carlos, PJ, and the Coach Rock, and yours truly. Wait, what you got, Zach?
Well, first off, I didn't know. Did you also get a new camera?
Huh?
Did you also get a new camera?
I took down my green screen, baby.
Oh, okay.
It's a change. It's a
Okay,
change.
okay, okay. I noticed the background, but I saw it was blurred in the back too. So I thought you had a new camera too. I was like, oh shit, look at dog, man. Got the new mic and the new camera going crazy. But speaking of Carlos, guys, go ahead and if y'all want to go tune in, Carlos is covering Game 3 of the ALCS matchup between Toronto Blue Jays and the Seattle Mariners, and he also has memberships up. So if y'all want to go join him for that matchup, he's doing a play-by-play. Y'all go ahead and click that link and join Los and PJ over there.
That's it, man. And shout out to Carlos and PJ. Come on in, Sports Network. Again, everybody here, family, for any who have not subscribed to our Come On In Sports Network YouTube page, please go over and do that. We're trying to grow that page. You get great content like this. You get RFL Saints. You get Keeping It Real Who That. You get Atlanta Falcons Fandemic. You get Uneducated Sports Talk. You get Come On In Bills. You get SNS Talk Bills. You get the Table of 32 Come On In Sports Network Power Rankings, which, by the way, will be back next week. So we got a lot going on. We're working on having special guests come on for this Sunday. And listen, like I say, as the NFL turns, man, it's growing. It's one of the fastest growing pregame shows on all the social media. And we got one of the hottest segments on there, baby. Straight balling, baby. Who would be this week's straight ballers in the NFL? Tune in Sunday morning to find out Coach Rock's choice, Zach's choice, and yours truly. Until then, family.
Wait, before you go, bro, I need you to give me this. I ain't heard this in a long time. Go out with it. Take off your shoes. Like, come on, bro. Give it to me, bro. I ain't heard that. Come on, dog. I need it tonight, baby.
I got you, baby. I got you. Who that nation? How you doing? Come on in. Take a seat. Sit back. Relax. Put your feet up. Grab a drink. And let's talk Saints football.
Yeah,
Y'all
baby.
know what time it is.
Yeah.
Come on.
Now to keep it real. Let's go. All right, family. And y'all know how we get out of here. Love and who that. And we out.